What is this doing here?
Oh, that I got on my trip to Maui, man. It's like a souvenir.
So? What is it doing here? My trophies!
It's just sitting there, bro.
That's what shells do. This is for my trophies, not you super frickin' nears. Not cool. Great. I can't hear the ocean anymore. I think you busted it. Thanks, Brett. Oh, monkey.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Heath.
And I'm Jay.
You're listening to Host of Horrors, show where we discuss and review horror films based off of predetermined themes of the month. Jay!
Mike. Every time he does that, he looks at me and I just start laughing. Every time it doesn't fail.
Happy 420, buddy.
Happy 420. Hey. So it's one of my fraternity brothers' birthdays today. So happy birthday. I don't want to like put your name out there, but you know who you are.
Yeah, happy birthday, you.
You. It's also Everybody Get High Day.
Woo!
I've always wondered what the history behind 420 was, and like why 420 is such a why this specific date? Because there could have been way better dates than to use for for the Get High Day for obvious reasons.
I don't know. I was always told it was like some sort of police code, and that's like 420 is a police code for weed or some shit. Like that's what I was told.
Really?
As a kid, but I don't.
I see. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. I was like, bro, why would we do it on this day when it's a certain somebody's birthday? Not like my fraternity brothers. He's cool, but like another kind of person who's horrible as shit. But coincidences and stuff. Anyway. So, for the celebration of 420, we have decided to partake.
It's not even that cool.
Oh, it's not?
I was lied to my entire life. No, it's just like a bunch of California teenagers ritualistically smoked marijuana every day at 4:20 p.m.
Oh.
And that ritual spread, soon becoming 420, and then that became a code for smoking marijuana, which eventually turned into the calendar 420.
I hate that.
I hate that so much.
I hate that.
I wish it was cooler.
I wish we didn't look that up.
Yeah.
The mystery should have been kept alive. Now, I don't want to smoke anymore.
No.
Smoke. I don't smoke that much either.
But yeah, in honor of this joyous holiday occasion, we watched Evil Bong.
A franchise that I did not know was a franchise until he told me about this.
Yeah, there's like 6 sequels and a spinoff.
And the part of the larger series is like a larger series worth of stuff that's very crazy. And it gives like trauma, except I prefer this over trauma.
Yeah, trauma is more like they're trying to offend you. This is just stupid humor.
It's so, oh god.
So dumb.
Okay, so Evil Bong, right? Like, let's just get to the point of it. Like, it's giving you were on a set and someone was high watching an episode of That 70s Show and decided to make a movie based off the aesthetic alone, because
I did love the little That 70s Show transitions they had where it was like marijuana dancing around in between shots.
Little marijuanas just like dancing around, spinning around and all of that. It was the same thing for the opening sequence. And you're just like, what is this? And I'm just trying to figure out how they got. I get why they got Chong in it, but the fact that they got Chong in it was like, bruh. And
Chong was the best part. He was in it for like 15 minutes max, but he was the best part.
Basically,
he was so good.
of this, like, was an 84-minute film. It's a very short watch, but, like, I found it was horrible, but it was also, like, entertaining at the same time. It was entertaining. It was decent for, like, what they say, for the occasion.
Yeah, like, it had some funny moments. Like, there were quite a few moments that had me dying laughing. I'm not even gonna lie. There was a few good little moments in there.
And I found myself, like, laughing at way more parts than I thought. And I'm like, considering this is, like, 2006, as, like, like, the humor you expect from 2006.
Yeah.
It is there, but it's also, like, kind of funny. Like, it still kind of holds up. At least some of the humor still kind of holds up.
Yeah.
Even though, as me and Heath were watching, it was obvious that it was very cringe.
It was extremely cringe. The dialogue, especially a good portion of what the frat guy, I guess that's what you would call it, the douchebag, the one that used to be a baseball player. A lot of his dialogue is a little dated by today's standards.
Honestly, if you want to be real, everyone was kind of dated. So you had, like, okay. So we had, like, the little archetypes, right? You had the obvious, the obvious nerd that comes in, Alistair, who's, coming in trying to find a place to stay. I'm assuming for his master's program where he studies and all of that.
Yeah, he's gonna be a chemist.
He's gonna be a chemist with a minor in metaphysics. Was it metaphysics?
Fuck if I know.
I think it was metaphysics. So it was that. There's Larnell,
which threw me the fuck off because I'm thinking Arnell the whole time. They kept throwing that "l" in there.
I was like, is he? I just want to know what kind of family named him Larnell. Yeah. Like, he's the first person you meet after everything, and you're just like, it kind of makes you think that he's going to be the protagonist of one of them anyway, the protagonist of the film. But, like, it kind of gets proven wrong maybe about in the third act. That kind of gets proven wrong.
Well, I mean, it's obvious that Alistair is going to be the main protagonist,
since he's the one that's coming into, like, this whole different world, I guess.
Yeah, Larnell is more just back to your archetypes. He was the slacker, but almost like not really the leader of the group, but like he's the one everyone kind of like wraps around or like gravitates towards. Then you got what was his name? Brock?
You got Bachman.
Bachman was your stoner.
He was a stoner surfer dude. He was basically giving Shaggy every minute. He was giving Shaggy.
It just screamed Shaggy. It was
like he was channeling his inner Matthew Lillard in this moment of time, and it's funny. It was so funny.
Then you had the Brett guy who was the stoner, like basically the jock turned stoner. Like he still had his jockiness, but he was also a stoner.
Yeah, no, like you can tell that all of these people were like hiding something. So like part of this nonsensical plot that happens for some reason. So of course, part of it's like, oh yeah, you have Alistair, kind of trying to fit in with everybody and kind of failing at fitting in.
I don't even think he's trying to fit in. He's just more like he just needed a place to stay, like, and the rent was cheap. It was like what he said, $40 a week.
Dude,
$40 a week
that is
for
like
rent is not bad.
That's like $240 a month. That's like the cheapest rent I've ever seen.
If that's more like $160,
40,
80. 120,
160. You're right.
That's bank, man.
That is the cheapest rent I've ever seen.
So yeah, but then again, it looked like it was like a studio apartment,
and that it was split between 4 bachelors.
So, but anyway, yeah, I mean that's all. He just needed a place to fucking stay and crash. I don't even think he was trying to fit in. But we get to the point where in High Times magazine there is an ad for a bong, a ancient, old bong that the owner is trying to get rid of, but they're not responsible for any side effects that the bong may cause.
They said New Orleans.
New Orleans.
That hurt. I was like, that hurt me. I was like, oh, not me being from Louisiana being like, no, it's New Orleans. What you mean?
New Orleans.
It's New Orleans. Like, what, the Northern Californian California ass shit. But yeah, that was part of the plot, and you're just like, you know what's funny? The plot didn't even come into like about almost like 20 minutes into the film.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay.
No, what I loved is the way the Bong looked. It literally looked like he got some high school kids and was like, "Hey, can you make a movie prop for me?"
Like it made like it was like looks like a paper mache bong. What? It looks like a paper mache bong. Like it looked like they went to a pottery class and was like, "Hey, if I give you $50, can you make a bong for me?" And one of the stoner kids there was obviously like, "Oh my god, I get to smoke and be in a movie! Oh hell yeah!" Like that's what it was giving.
No. And I love the fact that this whole movie looks like it took a month to prepare and they shot it within a week.
It looks like they conceived this within a month. Like, from like, for example, if it took like January to write the script, they shot it in February. Like, shot it and grabbed everybody and did everything in prep. Yeah. And shot it in February.
And by March, they had it ready for
ready to go. You know what's funny? My short film was like that.
Yeah.
Like, I already had like the concept since like 2019, but like right before quarantine, like I put out a casting call like 1st of February, and then we shot it like 6 weeks later. Like 6 weeks of putting everything together just to make a film.
Well, I'm sure it looked better. I'm sure the lighting was more consistent, and you probably had more sets than just 2. No, I had one set, but one set, actually 1.5. But it looks good, and it doesn't look like one set. So there you go.
But that's what got me. Is like they basically was all like had a set. They just decked everything and just like stoner shit. And they're like, okay, cool, let's do this.
Yeah, because the 2 sets you get is the apartment, and what gets me is like, okay, you have this bong that when you smoke from it, it transports you into what the characters basically state is like this high wonderland where you don't want to leave. You never want to leave. It looks like a shitty strip club. Like, you mean to tell me you couldn't like come up with some like Alice in Wonderland shit or like something cool, something like psychedelic? No,
all you need is like hot girls willing to take their shirts off, take their tops off, and strip. That's all you need.
And what looks like the back lot of a production studio. It looked like shit.
It made it work, and it looks like they like. I'm not gonna shit talk the film too much because it's like, yeah, they made a movie, they made a film, They made a movie.
Do that. It is a film that was made.
That was made, yes. And you're just like, okay. It's like this is it. So okay. But what was I about to say? It was just like, this Bong Paradise, this strip club. You're just like, oh yeah. But literally, they just probably knew somebody that knew a guy that was all like, hey, y'all feel like shipping for a bit? We'll pay you like $100 a day or something.
It looks like they did all those scenes in a day. Like
they took all day, like from top of the morning to like maybe like that was a 12-hour day right there. It looks like, yeah. But like, okay, so shit, there's not really much plot.
There's not much plot. Bong gets introduced. You smoke from Bong. Bong possesses you.
And I wouldn't say Bong possesses you.
Well, like, it takes your soul.
It takes your soul,
like, and it grows stronger.
Monkey.
That was what's his name?
That was Bachman's thing.
Bachman's catchphrase. Every time something went wrong, oh, monkey.
And then like you have like the side plot of like, oh, you like, you know, Alistair being like the odd one out, and then finally like seeing somebody who's like on his level, I guess. Who
she's intelligent. Like, what is her name? Janet.
Damn it, Janet.
She was intelligent, like he was,
and that's how he was all like, "Ooh, you're not like one of those other girls."
Oh, you mean the girl that gets horny from pogo sticking?
Was that the same one from that first scene?
Yeah, that was Chloe. That was the cheerleader outfit.
The cheerleader girl.
That was disturbing to watch.
Okay, so there is a scene where like they all got high. They're like, yeah, they got high and all of that. After they found out that Bachman was like quote unquote dead.
Well, the girls didn't. So
it was like after like they tried to do that, and then Larnell's grandfather gets introduced for some reason.
Yeah, so
that was weird.
Bachman, they wake up. Bachman's dead. They're trying to clean the apartment because the girls are coming over tonight.
Yeah.
So find out Bachman's dead, and then they decide that the best way to dispose of the body without calling the cops is to drop him off at his mom and dad's house, just like the mob would do as a warning. So they're trying to pin the mob on Bachman's death.
Oh my god.
But then the grandpa shows up, so they have to hide Bachman. And the grandpa, this was actually a really funny moment. So, like, the grandpa shows up and he starts talking about how he got remarried and how hot and sexy and foxy she is. And the whole time you're sitting there thinking, okay, 20-something-year-old gold digger, that's what we're gonna get. No! It's a little old lady that's, like, at least 10 to 15 years older than he is, barely making it to the couch. That had me rolling.
I was like, whoa, look at that. An old man dating someone their actual age range. Now, that's how you know it's not real.
That had me rolling. So,
especially when it sounds like he's rich.
Yeah.
Who was the one that said that came from money? Was it Larnell?
Larnell came from money, but because he failed a bunch of classes and didn't take himself seriously and just wasted his time smoking pot, his uncle, the uncle, basically cut him off.
Of course, the rich uncle.
Yeah, cut him off. So anyway, they hide because they ran out of time thanks to the uncle. They hide Bachman in the basement under some trash and basically go back up to clean the apartment. Well, I think while they were hiding Bachman, Larnell stayed up to smoke the bong.
Yeah, he got woken up. Mm-hmm. He got woken up by the bong. And then he, quote-unquote, died.
Yeah, he goes to the magical wonderland of that shady strip club. And...
let's talk about the actual blood effects, y'all. Okay, so...
It's so bad. And the way they die is, like, the strippers, which is weird. So, like, the strippers are first shown topless. Yeah, and then they go to do the lap dance, but they're wearing a bra.
One of them, there's one that they used specifically for them. So I think it's the same. Like they rotated.
They rotated. It was a different girl depending on the guy. But so, like they would have bras on with one had like a vampire skull on each.
They had the skull on each titty.
On each and titty, one had jaws and the other one had a pair of lips.
And I think it was based on like I guess parts of it. And then there was like these freaking weird ass like puppet demon things. One of them being is like hella fucking racist as like jungle like thing. I was like, oh, I can't. That took me
that
right
was really
the fuck
racist.
out.
And then when you find the movie that it's based off of, or like the movie it has its own little spin-off of, the name of that movie is
Ooga Booga, and that's the name of the fucking monster. You're just like, really?
Come on. You also had Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead Man was there.
Some demonic toys.
I wonder how much they paid Gary Busey for that.
Probably nothing. Gary Busey just loves to have a job.
Yeah, right. He likes to act, I think.
Every time I think of Gary Busey, I think of Matt Damon from World Police. But instead, Matt Damon.
Oh my god.
Gary Busey.
Oh my god. What's has his teeth out like this? Gary Busey. Oh my god. I can't.
So anyway, Larnell gets attacked by the monster bra teeth thing. Such bad effects.
It's just weird, and just like
because like the eyes glow, and then
all of a sudden he's like blood is all over the face, and you see him like in his hand being like fucking like in the fucking shark mouth, just like being bloodied and eaten.
And it's just really shitty 2006 CGI blood splattering him.
It wasn't even CGI blood. They literally just splattered.
Like, I think they splattered him on the face, but when you saw the hand was just CGI blood going.
My God.
It looked terrible.
Baby, this was a B movie. Like, not even like the 1980s B movies.
Mm-mm.
It was like, they weren't even trying. They were just like saying fuck it with what they had and just going on.
They had a month to prepare, okay?
They had a month to prepare.
I don't even know if they could probably have a year to prepare for this. I don't know.
I don't even know. Like, a movie, I feel like a movie that had this long, had a year to prepare would look way better than this. Probably had way more of a budget.
You would think.
You think, but then the third death was like,
the third death was the lips. So after Larnell dies, the girls, Brett and Alistair show up. So Janet, Chloe, I think her name was Chloe.
Chloe, okay.
And they all show up. And they're playing, I guess, Trivial Pursuit. It looks like knockoff Trivial Pursuit. Can we talk about the knockoff
it was
shit?
Luann, I think.
Luann?
I think her name's Luann.
Oh, where'd I get Chloe from?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure his name's Luann.
Whatever. Luann looks like a Chloe.
Can
Can we talk about how they took, like, okay, so they couldn't afford to have, like, to pay Coors Light to be in the film, but they still bought Coors Light and just tackily
That's how you know
Coors over. They did that. They did that with the KFC bucket where it was just FC. They did that with the Lucky Charms box, so it was just Ucky Charms.
But you know that they do that all the time in movies, like even in big budget movies.
No. Yeah, I know that, but usually from what I've seen, it's always been silver tape or something to look like from a distance the can.
Actual thing,
or they'll have like a koozie or like a cover where it's showing a different logo or something. So it's like an actual like Coors Light inside of a koozie that looks like a different branded can.
But you also would think that was like either what they call it, Greeking it,
yeah,
where they was like, you know, they basically made. You know, they didn't have the budget to make whole new labels for that fake ass
No,
shit.
so they just got red fucking tape.
It was
so obvious.
They really managed to like try to. No, okay. So they also did this with Lucky Charms, but you can tell that they tried to rewrite the box to say Lucky Harms. And there's a KFC thing. Obviously had the Colonel on it, but like they cut out the K. Like they taped up the K to where it just says FC, and you're just like,
no.
Bruh.
And what I love is, so like you got them drinking the Coors Light can with the red tape over the Coors, but Alistair is sitting over the case where they got the Coors Light, and you can clearly see Coors.
Like, they didn't even try. The block, baby, they look like they said, okay, we only got one take for this. If we don't get it, we got it. Like, that was definitely just not it.
So they play Trivial Pursuit. The nerds win, of course. And Brett and Luann, who looks like a Chloe, take a hit from a bong. From the bong. From Evie. Evie's the name of the bong. That's right.
And then I'll let you talk about the rest of the scene.
Dude!
This was my personal favorite scene. Dude. Even though it was so bad, it was still my favorite scene in the movie.
Like, I had Pikachu's shocked face the entire time, and then once the scene was over, I died laughing. Okay, so, Luann, who looks like Chloe, takes a hit. Brett takes a hit. Well, Brett's like, oh shit, I need to sit the fuck down. Well, Luann, who looks like Chloe, just gets... It's almost like she took cocaine. It's almost like she's on speed or something, because this bitch goes off the fucking rails, telling Brett that like she's super horny. She starts like jumping around, whipping her head around, fucking jumping on top of Brett, and it's like, you horny baby, you horny. I know what will get you horny, and brings a fucking pogo stick. She brought a pogo stick to a party with her. Drug it around the entire fucking scene, and then she grabs it and is like, I know what will get you horny. Gets all the way to boing, 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 boing. Just starts jumping on the pogo stick while moaning like a fucking banshee.
And I'm pretty sure she got off on it.
Obviously, because after she got done pogoing, she was like, oh shit, I need to lay the fuck down.
Honestly, at first I thought that was the weed talking. I was like, oh no, she came. Miss Girl, she can't.
I know what will get you horny. Boing, 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 boing.
It's almost gives the same energy as this badly dubbed hentai.
Oh,
I
don't want to
look at the little penis. Boing. This actual dub. This is not fake. That was for actual hentai dub. I gotta find it and show you.
No!
I gotta show you. It was.
No!
If I have to watch it, you have to watch it.
No, that's not how that works.
This is exactly how that works. Especially when you made me watch that shit. This is exactly how this shit works. And you goddamn know it.
So, Alistair figures out what the fuck's going on. Figures out that Evie's taking control.
They taking souls.
Taking souls.
Evie's snatching souls, honey.
Trying to make a weed paradise where they're on top. And, yeah, so Janet, because she smoked, she's a stoner, she smoked from the bong, gets teleported to the special little weed place, which is just a fucking strip club. I don't get that. That is the dumbest thing ever. But anyway. So he's like, what do I do? And in comes the best fucking part of this movie. Tommy Chong saves this fucking movie.
He comes in and saves the day.
Oh my god. No, he's the best. He's the best part. He's like, oh hey man, I see you got my bong.
Oh my god.
So he basically tells Alistair that like he's gonna have to go in there to save Janet. And he's like, well, how do I escape? I don't know, man. I did it once. I'm sure you can. And gives him vitamins. Or are they vitamins? Because they don't show it, ever. Honestly, they don't actually show what he gave them.
Mm-mm.
So
and
what was it?
Almost to me, if there are vitamins, or there is something that can take you out, like, can basically, like, take you out of that high, maybe that was the failsafe. Is like, oh, if you get too high, take these and it'll bring you down.
Yeah, but what was it?
I don't know.
Okay, so
I think that's the part I think that's the point, is that we don't know what it is.
Because, like, it has to be something that will get you out of a high state. And obviously the high that they were on was a downer. So the only way to get you out of a downer is to take an upper.
Probably some caffeine pills.
Caffeine pills.
Probably either a B12 probably. As simple as that, B12.
There you go. B12.
Because like that was whatever that was had to be like some extreme level indica. Because they were in the couch.
They were sunk in the couch.
They were in the sunken place.
Well, great, Jay. Now I'm just picturing them hitting the bong, and then all of a sudden you just see vroom.
You know, that's how I felt sometimes when the last time I smoked. I felt like I was in the sunken place.
I just get stupid. I start rambling on about Andrew Zimmerman and bizarre food.
What Andrew Zimmerman?
I don't know. I was hanging out with a friend, a new friend, or I'm trying to be friends with new friend, and we were hanging out, and I ended up smoking, and like I'm like, yeah, Andrew Zimmerman, Bizarre Foods, you know, the guy, because he didn't know who Andrew Zimmerman was. He thought I was talking about George Zimmerman, and I was like, oh no, because I did. I was like, you know, Andrew Zimmerman, Bizarre Foods, and he goes, wait, you mean that guy that shot that kid? No, sir, no.
This took a dark turn.
It took a real dark turn. And then I was like trying so hard to explain to him. I was like,
I realized who you're talking about. Wasn't he had the same, I could have sworn that he was like in the same like Food Network kind of stuff, right?
Andrew Zimmerman? Yeah, he was on Travel Channel. He came out. His show came out right around the same time as No Reservations and Man vs. Food. They're like, Andrew Zimmerman, Anthony Bourdain, and
that's what I was thinking
what is his name? Adam Richman. They were like the 3 Travel Channel guys.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, I was trying to explain.
Honestly, this is way after my time because I was born in the era of Guy Fieri and the old dude from Good Eats.
Oh, see, I didn't watch the Food Network. I watched Travel Channel. So I was watching.
They went back and forth for me.
Yeah.
But, this movie.
Yeah, this movie's fucking weird, man. I can't even tell you, like, how. So, like, there's nothing really to say. Like, Homeboy goes and saves Homegirl. They take the pills. They get the fuck out of there. Chong, after trying to chainsaw the bong and failing, the bong gets him high, and so he ends up in the place, and he's like, don't worry, I got this. And he actually, he has the most comical, like, stick of dynamite with the fucking alarm clock on it.
Oh God!
And he stays there and he blows up the bong and everyone's saved. Like end of movie, all the souls go back to the people and everyone's saved.
Yeah, everyone good. You know, there's two people in a relationship now. The single guys are just like, yeah, respect.
Honestly, that was my favorite part where he was like, yeah, the day is saved. And Janet and Alistair kiss. And then Brett's like, yeah, baby, everything's going to be okay. So Brett and Leanne, who looks like Chloe, kiss. And then
Lornell and Bachman are just like, respect.
Yeah, they just just hit their chest and like, yeah.
Yeah. And then, my actual favorite scene in the movie was the very last part where Chong was like, yeah, you're in charge now. And they, I can do anything? You can do anything you want, baby.
Yeah, so they're like in the marijuana strip club place, and he's sitting on the throne that the Bong was sitting on. And they're like, yeah, you're in charge now. No shit, really?
And then it's like, I want you to play with my
Hot
wheels! And then he just starts playing with me and he starts racing them on their titties, and I was like,
You get a Hot Wheel,
you get a Hot Wheel. And he's
that was the best thing ever. He was like, why'd you, going back a little bit, Alistair was like, why would you sell this bong in the first place? I didn't sell it, man. My wife did. She sold all my shit, including my Hot Wheels.
And he's just like, bro.
I miss those tiny cars, man.
Okay, I feel like I should have been higher. I should have planned to actually be fucking, blazed off my fucking head.
Yeah.
For this movie, because my God, I feel like this is the only way I felt like I was able to truly, truly appreciate it for what it is. Because right now I'm like, this ain't it, sir.
No, it has its moments.
It has moments,
and I can see why it has 6 sequels and why people would like it, but it ain't for me.
This is specifically if you're gonna throw a 420 party. You might, and you have 420 people that are into horror movies.
Yeah, 420-ins.
420-ins. You'll put on this movie, and also there's a whole plethora of weed related movies that you can watch, and there's a whole buttload of sequels for this particular franchise. So if you want to watch all of that, then feel free to watch every single part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's Full Moon Features is the studio, and good God, do they have a lot of movies.
They have a huge catalog, which does rival Trauma, if you want to be real.
It's like Trauma if, instead of trying to purposely offend you, they're just trying to make shitty B movies.
And having fun making shitty B movies. They've been doing this since the 1980s. Over almost 40 years worth of material. And they're still going. There's movies that are I think 3 movies released in 2021 alone from Full Moon Features.
Yeah.
And this dude, I think this dude's only 60 years old. So he's still got a lot of movies left in him. This director, and this man is an inspiration. It's fuck it. If I can't get into Hollywood, I'm making my goddamn self. And I'm like, you know what? Respect,
because how many people do you know has a cinematic universe?
A cinematic universe that's not freaking Marvel or Trauma.
I don't know. Fuck Trauma,
right? So it's just there's just a whole plethora, a whole universe of just horror movies and just very bad B movies that are just there.
Yeah, so if that's your thing, check them out.
On Tubi, there's a whole plethora of them, and there's every genre of horror known to man. If you like black people, there's black people.
There's Killjoy.
There's Killjoy.
Killjoy's a good one. Have you ever seen Killjoy?
No.
Oh, it's bad.
And then I think it was called urban horror or something. It was some kind of urban horror thing. I'm bam. If you like hood horror movies, bam. If you like Christmas oriented ones,
just Ginger Dead Man.
The Ginger Dead Man. There's a lot that offer if you want to watch really bad movies, really bad B movies and stuff.
So what would you rate this?
1 out of
1? Really? Just a 1?
1.5.
1.5?
Because 2 because of titties.
2 because of titties?
I rated it 2 out of 5 only because There's a plethora of titties in there, and it was just cool. Everyone was just like cool with it.
Yeah.
And just like I got a lot of chuckles out of it.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna give it a 2 for Chong.
For Chong.
Chong was great. Chong was great in this movie, and there was quite a few moments that made me laugh, like the whole the pogo stick thing.
Oh my god,
that was
boing, bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. And I was looking through the IMDb page, right, and seeing all of the actors now, like in a current state, because this was made in 2006. Seeing everybody now is just like, dang, they're basically unrecognizable.
Yeah,
especially like the lead actors, all of them just do not look like themselves. And just like, dang.
Yeah, that was Evil Bong, 2006, directed by Charles Band.
Part of the Full Moon Features universe.
Woo!
So
that was our 420 special.
Our 420 special for Cursed Item, for the Cursed Object month.
Item, object, this same
thing.
Yeah.
Cursed something month.
And we are continuing it next week with
The
2002's
Ring.
The Ring.
Okay, so this one I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I remember correctly, this is one of the American versions of the Japanese ones.
This is the American version of Ringu. Yes.
You know, I'm so excited because I've never seen The Ring, but I've seen The Grudge. I like The Grudge.
The Grudge is great. The Ring is really good. It's directed by Gord Verbrinsky, and I fucking love his work.
I like parodies of The Ring.
Yeah.
Like, every Ring-related parody I've seen, like, especially with, like, Scary Movie 3, I think.
It was 3.
That was...
With Queen Latifah. Oh, hell no. No, it was,
Regina... It was Regina Hall.
Regina Hall. Oh, hell no. This bitch leaking on my carpet.
Was it Regina Hall, Anna Faris?
Queen Latifah was in it. She actually had a fist fight with...
I remember, like, I think later on, something, like, whole thing with aliens and stuff, and they were, like they were pissing out their finger.
Yeah.
And you're just like...
Kicking people in the nuts. Why would you do that? Oh, it's how we say hello.
Oh my god. I love Scary Movie 3.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this, because like I said, I love Gord Verbrinsky. He did the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and he also recently...
What?
Yeah, he did the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, all 3 of them. He did Rango. He did The Lone Ranger, hit or miss. I kind of like it a little bit.
I see you like Johnny Depp a lot.
Mouse Hunt. Remember fucking Mouse Hunt? He did Mouse Hunt, and he also did A Cure for Wellness.
So... Okay. It's giving Aronofsky realness right now. But Jesus Christ.
Yeah, have you seen A Cure for Wellness?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of good things about it.
I need to figure out a way to put this on the cast, because that's a good one.
Okay.
That is a good one.
Okay.
So, check out The Ring, watch it if you haven't already seen it, and get ready for next week. Because we going yeah.
Alright, also, just like, subscribe on YouTube. Please tell us what you thought of this movie.
If you actually watch this movie, please tell us what you thought.
It is free on Tubi with ads, and the ads are not nearly as abrasive as I thought they were going to be this time.
Yeah, so...
Like, they actually appropriately, like, added out. So, yeah, like, subscribe.
Hit that bell notification. Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter and all that other good shit. And until next time, I've been Heath.
And I've been Jai.
And you've been listening to
Host of Horrors.